three friends. So today we're going to be reading a brand new book, and this book is read with permission from Scholastic Publishing Company, and the name of this book is The Lion Inside. This is our second animal book of the week. I'm so excited to share it with you. And the author of this book is Rachel Bright, and the illustrator is Jim Field. The Lion Inside. In a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkled gold stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. Let's see if you can see it. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. Let's see if you can see the little mouse right there. See, it's right there, peeking out of his little tiny house. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever, at all. He got stepped on and sat on, and he missed out on stuff, ignored, forgotten. His mouth's life was rough. Hello? Ow! Ouch! It's tough being. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rock, things were quite different. It was Lion O'Clock. This huge, toothy creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and proud. He loved flexing his biceps and wowing the crowd. Yes, all were impressed by mighty King Cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then late one dark night, in his tiny mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He leaped in the darkness, and he held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. Not quite there yet. I mean, what if this mouse with the weeniest squeak were a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of the fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn how to roar. I will learn it now. But it wouldn't be easy. There was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but it might make him a beast. Oh, I hope the lion doesn't eat him. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel small. Forever is a long time to be small, friends. So he made himself brave. He thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. It felt like the scariest thing he could do, but if you want things to change, you first have to change you. The farther he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Then at last, as he stood on top of his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Ahem. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is squeak. Do you think you could teach me your roar? He seems very nervous about talking to Mr. Lion. A silence befell the twinkling plain. That means it got really quiet. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Then he went so slowly, it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out a... Uh-oh, that was unexpected. The lion curled up in a terrified ball. He didn't like this. Not one bit at all. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Well, this mighty great lion was frightened of mice. Me too. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm here as a friend. Let's hang out together. Be pals to the end. Seems like the lion's not so mighty after all. That was a magical moment for sure, when the mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out, and for that you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better, now that rock was to share. The mouse, while still little, felt big in his head, and Lion, he still roared, but with laughter instead. Looks like he's laughing. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. Well, friends, this was such a great book. Mouse, even though Mouse has been little its whole life, learned that it can still be mighty no matter the size of him. And the lion, who was so mighty and strong and everyone was afraid of him, ended up being afraid of the tiny little mouse, and they became friends. You can see here, they were friends at the end. So friends, no matter how big you are or small you are, your voice is still so important. It doesn't matter if you're 6 feet tall, it doesn't matter if you're small or if you're big, it just doesn't matter if you're old or if you're young. You can still use your voice to be mighty just like the little mouse learned. So friends, I want to know from you, why doesn't it matter how big you are? Why doesn't it matter how big you are to make a change, to be a bucket filler? Why doesn't it matter how big you are? Mouse was small and Lion was big, but they learned that they're really just the same. So I want to know, why doesn't it matter your size? Why does your size not matter when you're trying to be a bucket filler and make changes and be kind? Why doesn't it matter?
See you next time.